got sympathy. But that's how I go when you broke. Now I'm like mistletoe. This do my own. Not gonna lost on these new clones. Then she asked for a loan. Had to laugh, then I told her get gone. Gon' get that me on. Ain't no give me not a thing. So I spend 90K on my range. You can see all my pain in my watch. Got my ex down and walking around with my hand on my. Cause I'm popping and I know you not. And I know you see just how I'm living. You know I'm happy with life, so you rockin' Reeboks on treetops, getting guap. Got a big band, it's like Sasquatch. Every time you see it, with it, no, it's top
I got
notch.
that chicken to golf. A lot of these was lost. They broke. They think it's my fault.
And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Here we go.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
First carry for Trenton Cannon, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
It's a tough one there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was stuck on for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right.
Here we go, set. 180.
They'll run with Cannon. And an alley to
Run.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Almost unstoppable on the ground there, as that one is good for 39. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at so best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
A first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15.
3 down. 3 down.
Here we go, set. 180.
Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15.
Alert. 3 down.
3 go, set. 180.
Watch twist.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Trenton Cannon, 15 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there.
Yeah, they didn't treat it like it was a playoff game in January, did they?
No. Look.
That felt much more like, hey, we're back in August, running a few drills in the practice field. They seem unaffected by what they're facing in this one.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Butker now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Out. 3 down.
Now a first carry, and he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Hey, switch gears.
First carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. 30 8 yards on the scamper there.
And that's why defense coordinators always preach 11 guys to the ball. Because sometimes you have a missed tackle, but if you have a swarm of guys around, less room for them to roam even after the first missed tackle. In this case, tackle was missed, plenty of open field to get after that.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Hey, turn it up, turn it up.
Hold on! Watch you now, Barney! Barney! Gun!
They go play action here on 1st down. Buying time to his left. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. Oh, and now he bowls him over.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down the score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Ohio! Ohio!
56 the mic, boys. 56.
They'll run. This is Cannon. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a 1st down. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
56 the mic. Talking about it and bring it.
And a loose football. The Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. Thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. New York set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Gun!
This time Rosen will throw.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Gun! Over!
From the gun, it's Rosen. It's caught. Shepard. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 23 yards on the play. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they'll wind up getting this this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 39 that time.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands.
No, check. Patriot,
Guess what?
Patriot.
Creates a lot of confusion.
All right, now,
Like
lucky
a
56.
muddle in the
Lucky
middle of the
56.
field where you can go make a play on the football.
Gun.
Hey, check Mike, check Mike.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
It's been a long day for you.
Rosen again on 2nd and 10. And a hit jarred it
They don't
loose.
want it, fellas.
It's incomplete.
They don't want it.
This
Keep
drive, which was
playing
going
hard,
so smoothly,
fellas.
all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this
Let's get
defense
it.
has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down. Motion!
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
Rosen to throw again.
55 to Mike.
And he's got his man. Beckham.
All right, T, let's-
Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Giants with an extra point away from tying up this football game. PAT up and good by Rosas. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And a very nice return up to the 35, but was it aided by something illegal? Let's find out.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 3 down, 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down, 3 down.
Here's Cannon. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Come on now.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. On the ground, running back. He'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
That's what I'm talking about.
Mike 33. Hey.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton.
All day, every day, any day.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Dylan Cole. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it, when you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
We got 3, fellas. We got
Detroit.
Gun.
He'll let it go deep for Beckham and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You got to go back to him. Adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gas him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving him a whole lot of credit and thanking him.
To throw is Rosen. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Shift!
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, baby! Boom!
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
After the run, Newton going to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple.
Interception.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
Watch left. Tight end to the left. Guys, check me out.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get-off on the snap, jump too quickly.
A boost here to start the drive after the penalty. It's 1st and 5.
3 down.
After the penalty, they go running right through him. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
You got him. You got him. Check 20.
Detroit!
Mike's 5-4.
All right, now, lucky 56.
On first down, it's Rosen.
Eyes up.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Black 99 Philly, here we go.
13 fell.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Detroit!
3rd down, Rosen.
Here I come.
He's going to air one out. It's caught inside the 25. And he's way down into Dallas territory inside the Cowboy 15. A big gain of 39 on 3rd. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first
Back
and 10.
Philly, here we go. Gun! Detroit!
From the red zone now, here's Rosen on first down. And incomplete, he dropped it in the end zone.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
No. Check,
They end up taking up
Patriots.
extra space just because there's not enough space
Here we
for
go now.
receivers to run through.
319. Detroit!
Second and 10 now, it's Rosen. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Travis Kelce, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Giants are in position. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Cowboys. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back. Sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Here we
And
go.
he'll wind up with about 6 up past
Great.
the 30 to the 31.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last two drives, so no surprise they started with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off. The quarterback can struggle a little bit.
And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up first down after first down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human first down machine? I think that fits.
Three down.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
56, the mic, boys.
Watch the run.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little game.
Yo, trip is here.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first.
Hey.
They're trying to run game back. And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
Here we go.
2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down.
Gun.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. Poor defensive line. They've been knocked around the entire game, and if they slow them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a first down on that effort.
Shift.
And they'll run it here. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Tight ends on the Ringo.
What are you?
Out. 3 down.
What are you?
Hey, watch Sam. Check Mike 54. Mike
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back
It's
with
gonna
more
be a
NFC
long
playoff
day.
action
It's gonna be
after
a
this.
long day. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
And they'll go for the tailback. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Run! Get there, get there, get there, get there! Oh, yeah! Shift!
Watch the safety creep.
Tackle right, and they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Butker able to put this one through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful at getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the field trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. New York set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting
All right,
back
now,
up in their own
56,
territory,
lucky 56.
why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
No, check, Patriot!
Play action. It's Rosen.
Squeeze, double.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Brown. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for
the
defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off?
Here we go.
His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, Davis.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Here's New. Being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the... And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Eli Apple. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Back. 57.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. As they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
57's Mike. Mike 57.
On second down, Rosen. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They'll try to run it. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. This is taken at its 4. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And the Giants ready to come out now. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Spinning again. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. But I believe the Giants got this back, and they will hold on to the possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right.
Detroit! Detroit!
We got three down.
Gun!
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
All right, now, lucky 56.
Pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Finds Beckham complete. Odell Beckham Jr. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Giants are able to grow their lead.
In order to lead in the game, you have to contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Rosas now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned. Because some teams great job to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Watch out.
Hey.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Eli Apple up from his corner spot to make the play.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
20. Hey. Great.
Banjo.
Third down. Newton flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off the coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Gun. Great. Gun. Great. Set.
Newton on first down. Steps away to his left. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big step away from being right back.
The question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. 2 yards a gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for first.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Now he'll let it go deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And down inside the 10 at the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stock troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
180.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Trenton Cannon with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. Cam Newton now getting his guys ready to go for the 2-point try.
56 to Mike. 56.
They're going to try and run. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the
It's coming
touchdown,
again.
but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. New York. To take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
4 down. 4 down.
Rosen on 1st and 10. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Gun,
The 30
gun.
as they
Gun,
come up
gun.
2nd and 10.
Strong right.
Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Check.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Let's go. Motion. Check. Fresno.
he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his second interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
56.
On the ground. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The ground attack here. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Hey!
Hold the look, hold the look, hold.
Play action. It's Newton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Watch you now, Barney!
So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
Crash.
Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter.
Single.
All right, now, lucky 56. Gun!
Getting the ball here. 80's getting the
Detroit! Gun!
Back up here to throw. Dancing to his left. Throw left side complete. It's Shepard. And all the way to the 25 before he's hit and dropped. Back now here at MetLife Stadium.
Check 50.
57's the mic.
Get them home.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
Run.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
No. Off.
Here's Barkley. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
First down. And no room that time. Getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Offensively, with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same...
Well, look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis, and he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10.
That's a takeaway. Now that's a takeaway.
On the ground they go with the running back. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out.
Great.
To throw on 3rd down.
Kill.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well. All I had was sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
New York set to take the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does.
All right, now look at
Still wide open. You are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first down. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end.
No. Check. Patriot!
On 2nd down. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down. Let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Watch tight end.
Detroit! Gun! Detroit!
This time he'll look to throw.
I got it.
It's hauled in by Shepard. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else.
Okay, Betty,
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam
Back
going.
out of that Philly. Here we go.
Hatch it.
Down Barkley. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Move.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Banjo.
Detroit! Detroit!
Looking to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And no, it's incomplete. The Giants go on 4th but come up empty. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
You got him. You got him. Oh, boy, I know you felt
Time
that
for a
one.
break.
I know
We'll
you
come
felt that
back,
one.
see what transpires after this. From the 32 now, here's
SOS,
1st and
SOS,
10.
SOS.
Hey.
Motion.
Right back to it on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Let's rock now.
3 down.
Hey.
Check three.
They go again with Cannon.
Motion.
And past the 30, down to about the 27. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Hey.
He looked to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. DJ Chark, 27 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. All right, so the Cowboys will go for 2 here.
Check.
Mike, 53.
And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they up their lead to 3.
That's it, baby.
Butker now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Here's a
All right,
second
now,
and
lucky
2 now from
56.
the
Lucky
33.
56. Gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He's back to throw. To Barkley on the check down. He's got daylight. The 20. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. I know it's a never-say-never situation. To me, it looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. One possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. This situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. So that'll back them up 5.
Here we go.
After the
On the
delay,
ball,
they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Tight left.
Do some. Great.
3 down.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down.
Tight ends on the Ringo.
Hey.
3 down.
Hey.
Where you at? Who's that?
Look at it.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. And that penalty will move the ball to the 1-yard line.
So difficult to cover a fade route, and you're talking about into the end zone, and sometimes you panic a little as a defender, and the offensive guys are really smart. Sometimes they jump back into you and create the contact.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Trenton Cannon finding the end zone on the game's final drive. The Cowboys have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team,
so that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more